I am officially unemployed. I just left my job 4.5 hours ago at 6 a.m. That was my last time in that building. I'm no longer employed. I no longer have a job. I am jobless after 4.5 years of working. Been working since I turned 16, even before that, but I've been on paperwork working since I was 16. I no longer have a job. Now, the biggest question is going to be, what are you going to do and why don't you have a job? I don't have a job because I quit. I put my 2 weeks in because I thought I was going to the military. That's not happening no more because while I'm still going in, you know what I'm saying, it's going to take 6 months before I can even get processed. Then it's probably going to take a few more months before I can pick a job. Then I'm probably going to have to stay in the delayed entry program before I can leave. So if you already start off with the minimum in 6 months just to get processed, then the processing, then the picking a job, then the depth, it could possibly be a year or more before I even leave. And my goal is to travel. So I'm not going to wait a year just to sign a 4-year contract and then not have the 4 year start until after boot camp and tech school, so I could technically be locked down for 5.5 to 6 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. So my goal is over the next 6 months, before they even hit me up about processing, it's going to be to stack as much money as possible while I'm unemployed. You might be saying, how? There's always a way to make money. I'm lucky enough that I have a car that's reliable, so I DoorDash. I make more money DoorDashing in less time than I did at my actual job, and that's after gas, after tax, and after putting money to the side for car maintenance, and I can do that on my own schedule. Therefore, I can go all in on YouTube. All in. I'm trying to get back consistent now. No more one video every 3 weeks, one video a month, one video every 2 weeks. This is the 4th video in 5 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to stick to 3-4 videos a week. But, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can, do 6-7. Hopefully I can post every day for 5-6 days straight. You know what I'm saying? Some things happen, which is why I say 3-4 videos a week. But the more I can get out, the more I can teach, the more I can help people, fix the way they think about, the life, the world. That's amazing. That's my goal. But we're not using unemployment as a break. It's not a break. If you lost your job recently, or your business has went under, or you got fired, or you just quit because you were like me and you realized that while most people say a job is a stepping stone and you should use it as such, my job wasn't a stepping stone. It was actually holding me back because I made less money than what my monthly expenses were. You know what I'm saying? So I was, if I went to work for 8 hours just to make $100, when I could have DoorDashed for 8 hours and made $160, $180 after tax, gas, and putting money to the side for maintenance, and I could have did that at my own schedule. You get what I'm saying? And I was working overnight at my job. So I'm tired, don't feel like making videos, all of this, you know what I'm saying? It was holding me back. So we're not using unemployment as a break. We're using unemployment basically as a job, but you're working for yourself. I don't mean working for yourself as, LLC, business, whatever. I'm talking about actually investing in your own future. Actually putting time in to what you think is going to help you do whatever your goal is. Now, I recommend, because this is what I'm going to be getting into soon, I recommend doing research about travel, and not travel for vacations. I mean actually traveling. I try to talk to my friends, my parents, and here's the thing. If y'all haven't watched the video I made yesterday, y'all should go watch it. But it was basically just about people being blind followers. People wanting to follow and react instead of listen. And that's what I'm finna talk about right now. I tell people all the time that, you know what I'm saying, and people think I'd be kidding, or people think I'm just weird, or I'm just, unusual. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking crazy. I always say, if you're in a country like Canada, America, UK, any of these high dollar countries where, like, even though your economy is bad for you, you still have a strong currency. I say do research about traveling and retiring in other countries, and then use your high dollar to your advantage. So, I recommend either Latin America, Eastern Europe, or Asia, you know what I'm saying? Not Japan or Korea unless you want to, but those places are going to be just as expensive. So the goal is to live a better life for less money, you know what I'm saying? So my goal is Asia right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, all those places. My first destination is Vietnam, and I'll actually probably be going there because I'm unemployed. I'll be stacking bread for the next 6-7 months, however long I decide to stack bread until I leave. I'm gonna be working regardless, so I'm gonna be working until I decide to leave. It's really going to happen. So while going all in on YouTube, I think I was inconsistent for 3 months. Now I'm consistent again. I've gotten 1 subscriber for the video I posted, the first video I posted when I got back consistent. Then yesterday's video got me 2 subscribers. I might say these are low numbers, but it's the fact that even after being inconsistent, YouTube still puts me out there. And if I can take advantage of that to get out there, we can build a bigger family, a bigger community. I can, reach my goals of getting this YouTube channel to the point where I can make passive income from it. So if I can make passive income from YouTube, sponsorships, whatever, any way you monetize, make money on YouTube, and then I can finally start my own business, which is to help people. It's like little one-on-one chats to help people, change the way they think, just in case they don't understand it from the videos. I think I do talk, a good amount in the videos, but some people just don't understand, and that's okay. So eventually I can start that, and then I'll have money saved up over this next 6 months to a year. If I have 15 or even just 12,000 saved up, I can start traveling off of that. Because like I said, I do research. I've been talking about traveling since September of last year. September. Now it's 5:30 right now. The date is 5:30. I've been talking about traveling since month 9 last year, September, right? That's 9. 9. So you're telling me for the last 8 months I've been talking about traveling, and you think I'm just going to back out last minute? No, I'm unemployed, and there's at least a year before I'll probably even go in the military. So what am I going to do? I'm going to stack up bread, go all in on YouTube, and find a way to travel. After 4.5 years of working a job, all of them I hated. All of them, a job is a job. But there's no job you're going to get as a kid fresh out of high school, or even while you're still in high school, that you're going to like. If you want a job you like, you're going to have to, find your passion, then go through college, and even then, your passion doesn't guarantee you a job just because you want to do what you love doing. So you might end up working something you hate. You might end up being underemployed. Underemployed means you went to school for a degree and you're doing something completely different than what you went to school for. You know what I'm saying? You might end up having a bachelor's, master's degree and not even being employed. There's a lot of people with a bachelor's degree that are doing DoorDash. They're doing Grubhub. Working at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about when I say do your research about travel. Do your research about taking your dollar, your American dollar or Canadian dollar or your pound or your euro, whatever, and taking it somewhere else where it goes further, gives you a better lifestyle, and you don't have to worry about all the drama back home. That's my goal. That's what I recommend you research into. After this video, either watch some more of my videos, I'm saying I gotta be biased, but I highly do recommend start learning about traveling. If you're from countries where it's a little bit harder to travel because your passport isn't as strong, it doesn't have as much countries on it, or you don't have your currency isn't the best, so it's not like you can just stack it up, maybe sell something like your car or house and then get on the road or start an online business or something, then not everyone has the same opportunities. But if you're someone who was blessed with the opportunity to be born in America born in Canada, born in the UK, you know what I'm saying? Use that to your advantage to find an escape. We all know it's all over the news. It's all over the articles. It's all over TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Everyone is, all the young people, Gen Z, millennials, everyone hates. Most people hate their, you know what I'm saying, their country. Not because they hate their country. I absolutely love America. But you work just to be poor, just to work, just to live, just to work, just to be poor, just to retire as what? Then they just push it up to 67. They're trying to push it up to 72. So just to work until you're 72, just to pull out some money. You might pull out $1.5 million, you know what I'm saying? Just to roll over and croak at 73. You know what I'm saying? You retire at 72, and 1 year later, you die with that $1.5 million, $2.5 million. What was the point? What was the point? You went on one vacation every other year. You know what I'm saying? You're always stressed out about bills. You died with debt. So that already wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what's the point of that? What's the point of that life? How can you possibly enjoy it? So I say use unemployment as a, as a skill, as a, as a tool, not a skill, a tool. Use unemployment as a tool. You have 3 tools. You have knowledge, you have money, you have time. When you're unemployed, you have time. You can get knowledge, and then you can still make money by doing other things like me, door dashing. So I have all 3 of those. If you use it right and you stay consistent with whatever your goal is, you can reach it. I guarantee you. So our new goal is to reach 200 subscribers by the end of June. So we have 32 days to get 50 more subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you're still here, please subscribe. Please share this to someone. If you're already a subscriber, please share this to someone. Let's get to 200 subscribers by the end of June. Remember, no matter what happens, as long as you're alive, life goes on.